Wanna learn about prepping, how to survive? Listen what I say, you might get out alive. Well, I'm here. Tell me what you need to know. Well, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the Poppa Prepper Show. Welcome to Poppa Preppers, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Poppa Prepper. Tommy here. Excuse me. Hope y'all have had a good week. Finally made it till Friday. Hope you had a productive week. We had a pretty wet, soggy week, but it'll be alright. We definitely needed the rain. Maybe not that much, but we needed it. So Mr. Dr. Anthony Fauci. I think he sealed his fate, guys. Everybody's flipping on him. Everybody. Even CNN. So I think Mr. Fauci is done. So I'm wondering what this means. You know, a lot of folks, questioning him and pretty much made COVID look like a lot less of a severity than what it really was. And we all know this. So what does that hold for our future? Is everybody going to be like, well, we knew that, no big deal? Or is everybody going to be like heated because of everything a lot of people have lost because of all this? And Biden trying to roll out, with the SBA, the Small Business Administration, these loans and grants. He's given the okay to, I think it's over $1 billion, to aid in small business, farms, things like that, only if you're not white. Now, in a nation that's, they're already pushing this racism issue, what is that? Is that not like the pinnacle of racism? We'll help you out. We're going to give you money. Make sure you bounce back and, you're back on top again. Only if you're not white. What is that? It's absolutely ludicrous is what it is. It's gonna, everybody wants to scream racial injustice and, the minorities are targeted and this and that. What exactly is that? Is that not targeting Caucasian people? Simply, if you're white, you lost your farm and, you lost everything you had, that's too bad. But if you're a different color or a different race, here you go. We'll bail you out. Just don't know about it. A standoff is coming. It's going to have to. Something's got to give. I don't want to sound like some kind of supremacist or whatever, but they're making us guilty of being white. Period. And I'm, like I said before, I'm the least racist person, but they're making us guilty. Makes you feel, well, I don't feel guilty, but trying to make folks guilty or feel guilty of being white. But in the words of a famous prepper, I digress. I don't want to get too deep into that. But But yeah, Dr. Fauci, the emails, pretty damning evidence, that he was totally funding this thing, or not funding it himself, but giving them our money to, mutate this virus. And it leaked. I don't think, it's still up in the air if it was leaked intentionally. I kind of think it was, just to give them a bigger upper hand on the U.S. Beijing right now, they made a statement, that they're ramping up their nuclear game against the U.S. Amidst the COVID probe. So I don't know if they're going to try to kind of bully the U.S. into dropping the investigation on the COVID probe. Because if it comes out that it was leaked on purpose, I mean, that's going to be bad. It's going to be bad either way. But if it comes out that that virus was leaked, to the population on purpose, it's going to be war. I believe it will be war, hands down. Taiwan, they're getting ready for attacks with China. It's just, war is right on the horizon. Either way you go, there's so many pokers in the fire. It's crazy. And like I said, many times before, I'm not a political guy. I don't know all the ins and outs, but my gosh, just turn on the news. Even the fake news is saying it. The first time in a long time, CNN, Fox, the Newsmax, they're all kind of on the same page with a lot of things right now, and that's scary. And then you got the whole UFO thing. Lord knows what that's going to bring. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed the way they're hyping this up, disappointed as in, people think we're finally going to get answers about the little green or gray spacemen, and I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think it's going to come out that it's some kind of under, top secret aircrafts, and that maybe not all of the different departments of military knew about. Maybe it's just something that just the Air Force was working on and nobody knew, and just things like that. We'll see. But anyway, guys, I think this is going to be a summer to remember. But what I'm wondering now, because a lot of us were thinking another lockdown was coming. Well, if this comes out, because they're already calling out Fauci for his flip-flopping. No mask is needed. Yes, definitely wear a mask. At one time he was suggesting goggles, and then you don't wear a mask. Then he comes back, well, 2 masks is just common sense. You really need to wear 2 masks. And now everything's been totally lifted, all within a year. So if it comes out, and they're already pushing him that it's all theater, it's all dramatics, it's not nearly as dangerous as it was made out to be. Yes, it's killed a lot of people. But I believe it was Rand Paul told him, yesterday, said, if you would have disclosed all the information, because it came out in the emails, he knew about this long before it hit the States. And, we could have protected our elderly, and everyone else would have most likely been fine. And that didn't happen. So that's a lot of blood on one man's hands. Of course, I don't think he'll ever see, legal prosecution. I don't think it'll ever happen just because he's too protected. I think he'll be ordered to, I think he'll be fired, but I think he'll resign before that happens. So there's that. But what I'm getting at is that, like I said, there's a lot of pokers in the fire right now. There's so many things that could pop off. Not to mention the cyber attacks are growing. Just the big ones are hitting the news. If you dig and look and, Google and DuckDuckGo, and there's a lot every day. Every day. Places, businesses are getting hit. And it's growing. And a lot of people need to think, like our show this past Wednesday, which I really enjoyed. Thank you guys for that. I'm really looking forward to doing that again. But a lot of folks need to think and put it in perspective. What if? What if we wake up tomorrow morning, beautiful Saturday morning, and maybe you don't realize it at first because you just woke up, but you notice quickly there's no power. Everything is down. Radios don't work. Your TV don't work. Satellite don't work. Your internet's gone. At that point, it's more than just a power outage. If there's no airwaves, no nothing, it's bad. Are you ready? Are you absolutely, just waking up? Are you ready to cope with that? I know a lot of us are, and I know a lot of us think we are, and I know a lot of us just watch the prepper channels, basically just that, just to watch them, because they're intrigued or they're interested. This isn't, this isn't a primetime TV show. This isn't fiction. This isn't made up. This stuff is going to happen. And if you're watching, me, Prepper Nation, Gray Man Prepping, We the People, all of us, Six Shooter, we don't do this just because we ain't got nothing else to do. We do this because we want to see y'all be safe as you can possibly be. Be as ready as you can possibly be. We genuinely care about you guys, and we want to make sure everybody has a fair chance. Now, if it truly was like nationwide grid down, within a week, people's going to be dying. Lots of people are going to be dying just because they didn't have any kind of water. No food. I mean, you can go without food for a while, but 3 days is what you got without water. It's going to be a lot of people, and that could fall right into the depopulation agenda. Who knows? And then we got, I really don't, you'd be a fool to think nuclear possibilities are not a threat, because they are. But I don't, China, like, they know we could survive a first nuclear hit and then we're going to blow them off the map. They know that because, we've got silos everywhere, underwater, underground. I mean, they can't be hit. And they know that. So it would be dire, just a move of desperation for China or anyone to even attempt that, in my personal opinion. But, like I said, I don't know all the ins and outs. Never claimed to. But there's a lot of things going on. And it could happen any day. Any day. We could wake up and, and all the Hunter Biden stuff, that stuff it's almost getting like the Big E in 2020. Okay? It's getting to where there's so much covering up going on. And so much that it's becoming so obvious that Mr. B was in a lot of those dealings. And maybe that's how, VP is going to step up. Maybe that's how they're going to get rid of Mr. B. Who knows? But man, things are sitting to where they could go sideways at any time. Anytime. So, guys, please make sure that you're still prepping. Don't get comfortable. We could still have a major lockdown. It's just all over the place. They're going to do what they want, however they want, as long as they want. They've already proved that. So you guys, please keep prepping. Don't get comfortable. Don't fall asleep. Keep stacking that water, stacking that food. Freedom seeds. Freedom seeds are getting to where, you can buy them again. They're making a comeback. Get as many as you can. Be a hoarder. Whatever they want to label us, do it. With that being said, I'm not sure if there will be a Super Savings Saturday tomorrow because I've had the opportunity come up to go on a guy's fishing trip tomorrow. I will be leaving out about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I will be back in time for Live from the Bears Den. And I think we're going to have a free-for-all, no holds barred again. I really like that. People can just say what they think, and I don't care if it's monetized or not. It is what it is. But as far as the Super Saving Saturday, I don't know if she'll try to fly it on her own. I haven't talked to her about it yet. She knows I'm going fishing, but it should be fun. Me, my brother-in-law, my dad, and one of my best friends, we're all going to go. So, should be a good time. I'll try to get some good footage, and we'll just see what happens. But until tomorrow night, guys, God bless y'all. I love each and every one of you guys. Stay prepping. Stay on top of your game. Stay on point. Poppaprepper out.